This is a Sports Catastrophe production.
Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, July the 10th, 1934, 90 years ago, the All-Star Game had its second go around. I talked about the first All-Star Game 4 days ago because it happened on July 6th. This time it's happened on July 10th. So this was the second go around because the first one was so well thought of, they decided, hey, why don't we just do two? Let's play two. And that's what happened. Um, so the American League and the National League would face each other, this time in a National League park, that being the Polo Grounds, home to the New York Giants, and basically home to some great baseball, especially with center field being over 470 feet from the plate. Everyone knows about the whole thing that about Carl Hubble just being a fantastic pitcher and actually helping out the National League by doing something that few people thought was possible. Anyway, so the American League and National League had their starters. The American League starters were Lefty Gomez pitching, Bill Dickey at catcher, Lou Gehrig at first, Charlie Garinger at second, Jimmy Fox at third, Joe Cronin at short, Heidi Mnuchin left, Al Simmons in center, and Babe Ruth in right. So every starter except for Mnuchin actually were in their second straight All-Star game. Of course, there was only two at the time. The National League had Carl Hubble at pitcher, Gabby Harnett catching, Bill Terry at first base, Fish second base, Pie Trainer at third, Travis Jackson shortstop, Joe Medwick left, Wally Berger center, and Kiki Cooler in right field. With six starters playing in their second All-Star game. Pitching wise, the American League had four pitchers other than Gomez: Tommy Bridges, Mel Harder, Red Ruffing, and Jack Russell. No, not a dog. The National League had Dizzy Dean, Fred Frankel, Van Lingelmungo, and Lon Warnke being the pitchers. The National League had eight alternates, the American League seven. The American League had Mickey Cochran, Rick Farrell, Jimmy Dykes, Piggy Higgins, Earl Averill, Ben Chapman, and Sam West be their reserves, while the National League reserves were Al Lopez, Billy Herman, Pepper Martin, Archie Bond, Chuck Lloyd, George Moore, Rel Ott, and Paul Waiter. So anyway, it was a great time and all that at the Polo Grounds on a Tuesday afternoon and all that. So so it started out innocently enough. As Carl Hubble, after giving up a single to Charlie Garinger and a walk to Heidi Mnuchin in the first inning, struck out Babe Ruth looking. Luke Gehrig struck out swinging, whereas Mnuchin and Garinger would steal bases, and Jimmy Fox struck out swimming. Yeah, swimming, of course, swinging. Then Frankie Frisch led off the bottom of the first with a home run to right field off of Lefty Gomez. So it was 1-0. The American League then came up next with Al Simmons striking out and Joe Cronin striking out. So without realizing it, well, or at the time, Carl Hubble had struck out 5 guys in a row. Well, this was his ballpark, Polo Grounds, but yeah, he struck out 5 future Hall of Famers: Ruth, Gehrig, Fox, Simmons, and Cronin swinging. Bill Dickey, on a 1-2 pitch, actually hit a single off of Hubble to break the strikeout streak. But Hubble pitched his 6th strikeout, getting his number on Lefty Gomez, his opposite number. So anyhow, Hubble would actually pitch to 3 out, 3rd inning without getting a strikeout. So, but Joe Ducky Medwick hit a home run that scored him, Frisch, and Pie Trainer, making it 4-0 National League, and it looked pretty good. But what people forget is that the American League actually won this All-Star game. Carl Hubble may have been a hero, but they didn't win the All-Star game. Joe Cronin hit an RBI single. Earl Averill hit an RBI triple to score Cronin to make it 4-2. And then with Lon Monarchy pitching, he walked both Roof and Garrick. They put Van Lingle from the Dodgers in, but he gave up an RBI single to Fox to score Roof, and Simmons a single to score Garrick. Tie game at 4. After a while, Earl Averill hit an RBI double to score Fox and Simmons, and then Red Ruffing, who was the pitcher after all, hit a 2 RBI single to make it 8-4. The National League did score 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th when Ruffing gave up a RBI single to Pie Traynor to score Pepper Varney. And then Chuck Klein pinch hit for Joe Medwick and hit an RBI single to score Frisch. And then Paul Wainer struck out. But while he struck out, Traynor stole home in a double steal. Ott would steal second, Traynor would steal home. Joe Cronin and RBI double to make it 9-7, and that was all she wrote after Chuck Klein grounded out off of Mel Harder. The American League, despite having the 5 legendary All-Stars and 5 legendary Hall of Famers strike out all in succession against Carl Hubble, they won the game anyway, 9-7. It was just that damn fantastic. And, it was a great All-Star game for all. And practically, the second All-Star game was just like the first. Amazing and well thought of. And of course, All-Star games would go into various degrees of success and failure. Success would be, well, I don't know, the All-Star game in 1981 after the strike finally ended, and failure in 2002 when everyone ran out of players and they declared it a tie. So that didn't work out. Anyhow, I'm going to do.